Hello everyone and welcome to another lesson with me, Anna English, here on English Like a Native. Today we are doing another perfect English pronunciation video focusing specifically on the TH sound. Now there are two versions of the TH sound, but today our focus is on the voiceless TH, the airy, breathy sound. Many of you may know how to create this sound, but still probably struggle when speaking generally in English to create this sound time and time again. So regular practice of the TH sound is really important so that you really nail that pronunciation. To nail something is to get it absolutely right. I've nailed it, you'd say, if you get it right. All right, fabulous. So I have some patrons in already. I've got Peter in. Hello, Peter. Thank you for joining. Patrons, remember to chat to me in the Skype chat room so that I don't miss your messages. And I've got lots of you joining me in the YouTube chat room. Hello, Anna. Hello, Joy, Mohammed, Adnan, Awona. Lovely, beautiful names. All right, Mimi's here as well. Fabulous. Okay, so let's jump straight into this TH sound. How do we create this sound? So, as you can see, I've made some notes here. As always, these notes will be made available to my $5 patrons and above. And they will also be available, they are available to buy from my shop, which is linked down below. You can also get them with an MP3 as well. So there's additional things available if you purchase it from the shop. And it will also be available to anyone dropping a super chat during this lesson. So anyone who helps me, you'll be rewarded. So here we go. The pronunciation of the voiceless TH. The TH sound is created by placing the tongue between the teeth and allowing air to pass through, creating a hiss, if it's voiceless, or a vibration, if it's voiced. Okay? There are very few occasions where a TH is not pronounced in this way. For example, the words Thames, like the river in London, pothole, Thomas, which is a boy's name, and Teresa, which is a girl's name. Now, these particular examples, there are very few of them. They have a letter T and H together, but we don't do th or v. We say Thames, the river Thames in London. We say pothole, there's a pothole in the road, although I would argue that many natives actually miss off that T and say pothole. Pothole. If you drive your car over a pothole, you will do a lot of damage to your vehicle. And then the names Thomas and Teresa. Our Prime Minister is Theresa May. Again, it's pronounced always with this T. But these are exceptions. Normally, when you see a T and H together, you would have a th or v pronunciation. But I think I mentioned this now. So, these examples are so limited that I would suggest beginners always assume that the letters TH will represent one of these sounds, th or v. And if you don't recognize this, these are phonetics. So this is using the IPA, the phonetic alphabet. If you're not sure how to use phonetics, then there is a video available for that. I have it on my channel. Just type in phonetics or learn phonetics and you'll find that video. All right, so the rules. How do we know when to use voiced and when to use voiceless? Well, unfortunately, there are no rules, but there are some regularities which may help you to know when to use the voiced or unvoiced TH. Following these guidelines will help you most of the time, but there will be exceptions. So these are not hard and fast rules, they're just regularities which we've noticed. Okay, so this should help to give you a basic idea. So when do we have a voiced v sound? Well, you tend to have this sound if the TH is at the beginning of short, functional words. Words like them, that, these, and their. You also have this voiced sound if the TH is in the middle of native English words, words that originate from this country. Mother, brother, rather. Words that come from Latin or Greek, we tend to change it to a voiceless TH. So, for example, cathedral, enthusiasm. And it's a voiced TH if the TH comes at the end of verbs like breathe, clothe, soothe. Okay? And then you'll find the voiceless TH in all the words that don't fit into the above categories. Oh, have I written categories? I've written that wrong, haven't I? Oh dear, I'll have to correct that typo. Goodness me, that one slipped through the net. That's another phrase that we use. To slip through the net means something that I've missed, that I didn't notice the first time around. Oh, hello, Tomek. So Tomek has been my first Super Chat donator. Thank you so much. You said, hi, Anna. Summer cheers for your lessons. And a cheers to you too, Tomek. Thank you so much. Oh, this is hot tea. Hot peppermint tea. Because I can't drink caffeine being pregnant. Thank you so much for your donation. And Tomek, if you would like a copy of these notes, then just drop me an email and I'll send them to you as a thank you. All right, hopefully you're all receiving me well, because it's saying that my live stream health is not so great, but hopefully it's not a problem for you. So let's get straight on with some practice of this voiceless TH. The best way to know whether it's voiced or voiceless really is just practice. Eventually, you won't even think about those regularities or those rules that I've mentioned. Okay, so let's have a look at these practices here. Right, so we've got the first one here. This word, think. Think. Look at my mouth. Think. I want you to repeat it after me. Think. Fabulous. What do you think? Try this word, and this one's a little bit more complicated, but I do love it. It's the word throughout. 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 I'll show you my mouth, and then you should give it a go. Here we go. Throughout. Throughout. You try? Good, very nice. Then we have the sentence which uses both of these words, and it is, I think she yawned throughout the performance. I think she yawned. Oh, that's a yawn. I think she yawned throughout the performance. Let me give you an example. I think she yawned throughout the performance. Good, very nice. Yawned, yawned. You might not have heard that word very often. Okay, fantastic. That's the first one done. Justin, thank you so much. That's very, very sweet of you. You've dropped a super chat as well. You've said, my surname is Thomas. Ah, okay, that's interesting. It's a very common Welsh surname. Yes, that's correct. And so you'll know full well Thomas is pronounced with that strong T sound, not a TH. You wouldn't believe how often I get asked if there's an H in the spelling. I've not seen it spelt any other way. Yes, I have to agree with you there. I do sometimes see people shortening their name to Tom, but keeping the TH at the beginning, which I think is a little unusual. Normally when people shorten their name from Thomas to Tom, they spell it T-O-M, but there are a few people who spell it T-H-O-M. Do you ever shorten your name? I'm guessing you don't, because it's a surname. But it's interesting, isn't it? Okay, let's carry on. So we have the next example is the next example we've got is thick. Thick. thick is very similar to think, isn't it? And then we have thin, thin, thin. So that's thick and thin. I'm going to give you those as a visual reference. Thick, thick. You try. And thin, thin. You try. Good. The next word is through, through, through. And the example sentence, I'll just show you now and then I'll show you the text. We have been through thick and thin together. We have been through thick and thin together. To go through thick and thin means that you've been through everything. You've been through big troubles and no troubles. So you've had good times and bad times. You've taken the hard times and you've taken the good times together. So we've been through thick and thin. It's a very common saying here in the UK. Now, someone is asking, am I pregnant? Yes, I've been announcing it for, I think, the last month now. Okay, so let's just look at these together with the notes up here. So you've got through, and we have been through thick and thin together. Please repeat it after me. We have been through thick and thin together. Fantastic. Okay, and wow, goodness me. Thank you, Peter. Another super chat has come through. It's very generous of you. Peter, did you leave a message? Can I see a message from you? No, you didn't leave a message, but thank you so much. And Peter, obviously, you can message me on the Skype chat room, the patron chat room anyway. But thank you so much for your kind donation. So the next example we're looking for here is thank. Hopefully a word you're going to use often. Thank. Thank. Make sure this A is nice and short. Thank. Thank you. Thank. And this one trips a lot of people up. A lot of people struggle with this, okay? We have Thursday. Thursday. Of course, we have the TH. Then we have the awkward vowel sound. Ignore the letter R, but we have I'll show you this in a minute. We have a Z sound. Z, Thursday. Thursday. So thank and Thursday. I'm going to show you that as a visual reference. Thursday. 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 Lots of people pay attention to the letter R, but you shouldn't, because what you end up with is Thursday. Thursday. And it's a little unusual. See how flat my tongue is? Thursday. My tongue does nothing. It sticks out at the beginning, of course, for TH, and then nothing. Thursday. Thursday. Okay. So, thank you for seeing me last Thursday is the example. Let's do it together. Thank you for seeing me last Thursday. And again, thank you for seeing me last Thursday. Fantastic. Good. Okay, so let me just take a moment to go and check in on my patrons. Hello, patrons. Hi, Francesca, you're a new patron. Thank you so much for joining. It's wonderful to have you here. Justin, I never shorten my surname. No, and that makes sense. So Thomas would only be shortened if it's a first name, perhaps. Alexander, hello Anna, could you please explain the meaning of these two sentences? I'll do that after the lesson, Alexander. I just want to stick to TH pronunciations for this live session, okay? Peter says, super chat, mucked it up a bit, but the important bit worked. Oh, thank you, Peter. If you have a comment, then please do leave it here. You know, I'm always here to answer. Okie dokie. So let's jump back into the example text. Now, the next one is a very tricky one for many people, and it's the number 13. 13. Oh, it's a tricky one, isn't it? 13. So you have again that like Thursday. And then just into teen. 13. How old is he? He's 13. Fabulous. Okay, if you're finding this helpful, guys, then please do show your appreciation by giving this lesson a thumb up. And if you know anyone else who might benefit, then it would mean the world to me if you could click that share button and let people know that we're here. Let's get some more people in. See if we can push that number above 200 viewers. That would be nice, wouldn't it? For a Friday afternoon. Okay, so after 13, we have the word thermal. Thermal. Again, we're ignoring this letter R. It's interesting, isn't it? We ignore the letter R even though we use it often. Thermal is what we're looking at. Thermal. Thermal. And here we have the example sentence that uses both 13 and thermal. Thomas is wearing 13 thermal vests. Thomas is wearing 13 thermal vests. Listen and repeat. Thomas is wearing 13 thermal vests. Thomas is wearing 13 thermal vests. Fantastic. Okay, so the next one, it's important that you learn how to pronounce this word, whether it's the whole word or just this one on its own, tooth, because you may need to speak to someone about your teeth or about a toothache. Obviously, you would probably speak to your doctor or your dentist, more likely. So, toothache, toothache. So think of the TH going into this part of the word. Thake, thake, toothache, toothache. It's a tricky one. I'll show you a visual reference in a moment, but then we also have birthday, which so many people struggle with. Birthday, birthday, birthday. And then we have the word nothing, nothing, nothing. All right, let's give you a visual reference on this one. So we have, ouch, toothache, toothache. My tooth is hurting. I have toothache, toothache. Yeah. Then we have birthday. Again, we have that flat sound. Birthday, not birthday or birthday. Birthday. Oh, it's such a tricky one. Birthday, birthday. Your tongue has to do gymnastics for that one. Then we have the word nothing. Nothing, nothing. Nice and easy. Okie dokie. Then we have the example sentence using all of those words. There's nothing worse than having a toothache, that should say. I'm sure I corrected that. Maybe I didn't download the correct version. There's nothing worse than having a toothache on your birthday. There's nothing worse than having a toothache on your birthday. It's true. There is nothing worse. Let me show you the note so you can read along. Just imagine there's a little in there. I have corrected it. I've just obviously opened the wrong version of these notes. There's nothing worse than having a toothache on your birthday. Fabulous. Yes, that's right. The toothache, not too fake with an F. So what normally happens is people will exchange the TH for an F sound. So you'll hear thick and thin, too fake. And that's not correct. And we can hear it. Natives can hear when you don't pronounce the TH properly. All right. Okay, we have 5 more example sentences coming up, and then that will be the end of the lesson. So, about 10 more minutes, okay? If you have specific words that you'd like me to pronounce for you, hold them for another 10 minutes. Let me get through these other examples, and then I'll help you out, okay? So the next one is another important one, something I hope that you all are, and it's healthy. Healthy. Healthy, healthy. Oh, that's tricky. You have the L, th, and the Y sound. Healthy. Healthy. Lots and lots of tongue movement going on there. Are you healthy? I hope so. I hope you had good health. The next one is athlete. Athlete. Do you consider yourself an athlete? Do you have the body of an athlete? I certainly don't. Well, maybe a pregnant athlete. But no, I'm very unfit nowadays. Haven't been able to do nearly as much exercise, so I'm not very healthy, and I'm certainly not an athlete. So let's put those two into a sentence, and the sentence is, healthy athletes are 10 a penny. Healthy athletes are 10 a penny. Now the phrase 10 a penny, can any of you remember what this means? I'm sure I've covered it in the slang lessons. This is a phrase that means they're very common. They're 10 a penny. Meaning you could probably buy 10 for 1 penny. That's what it literally means. But the general meaning is they are very common. Healthy athletes are 10 a penny. Okay, so let's have a look at that sentence written down and then try it all together. So repeat after me. Healthy athletes are 10 a penny. Fantastic. All right, let's have a look at the next one, shall we? Something. Something. Nice and easy. All you have to do is get the tongue out between your teeth. Something. Then we have authentic. Oh, that's a lovely word. Authentic. Authentic. If something is authentic, it means it's real. It's not fake. So if I go to my local Indian restaurant, the people who work in the restaurant, the chefs and the waiters, and everyone who works there are from India. They are Indian, and therefore I am offered an authentic Indian meal because it's real. It's made by Indian chefs with all the ingredients I would expect to find if I was eating in India. So I have an authentic Indian meal. If I'm buying perhaps some leather shoes, you can buy fake leather or you can buy real leather. And if it's real leather, then it might be, rather than saying real leather, it will say authentic leather. Okay, so it's not fake, it's real. And the example sentence here is, she was determined to buy something authentic for once. She was determined to buy something authentic for once. So let me give you the example. She was determined to buy something authentic for once. Something authentic. Repeat after me. She was determined to buy something authentic for once. Great. Fantastic. All right, so the next one is an important word. I'm sure you'll use this often, and it's the word south. South. Not dissimilar to north. South. South. Do you live in the north or the south of your country? Do you live in the northwest? The southwest? Do you live in the northeast or the southeast? So this word gets thrown around quite a lot. And the next one is quite tough. We have eighth. Eighth. So number 8 is the 8th in the sequence. Eighth. 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 Gosh. Let's try this example sentence. This was his 8th visit to the south of the island. This was his 8th visit to the south of the island. Good. Good. All right, oh gosh, didn't mean to jump up there. Let's try these ones. Earth. Earth. Obviously, we all live on the earth, so it's one that we should be able to pronounce. This is a very basic verb. What am I talking about? A very basic vowel sound that lots of people struggle with. It's that flat that I've been talking about earlier. We don't pronounce the R. Earth. See how flat the tongue is? It doesn't curl. Earth. Earth. Good. Then we have month. 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 That's a tough one. What month is it? What month is your birthday in? I'll be there for a month, you might say. And then we have this one, aftermath. So the result afterwards, what happens in the wake of an incident, an accident, a disaster. The aftermath. The aftermath. It's a tough one. So the example sentence, let's look at this together. The Earth suffered another blow this month in the aftermath of the alien attack. Ooh, it's like from a sci-fi film. The Earth suffered another blow this month in the aftermath of the alien attack. Fabulous. Okay, so we've got the last example now we'll go through, and then I'll open it up to your questions. Your pronunciation problems will be resolved, hopefully. So we have the word youth. Hopefully we all have youth on our side. Youth. Youth. And then we have beneath. Beneath. What is beneath the carpet? Then we have the word bath. Bath. Now many people mispronounce this and give me a short ah sound. Bath. Bath. But you would only pronounce that in British English if you're from the north of England. Or you might pronounce it this way if you're learning American English, which is fine as well. But Americans say bath. Bath. So they do a short ah sound. But for us, if we're learning Southern Standard British English, it should be bath. Bath. Okay. And finally, the all-over sentence is, reports say a youth was discovered beneath a bath in Bath. What? See, this is capitalised, and that means it's a place. So we have a city in the UK called Bath, and it's a very beautiful city, and they have a very good university there. So, reports say a youth was discovered beneath a bath in Bath. Oh, so Caleb has said, what does beneath mean? Ah, okay. So beneath means underneath. So if it's under. So if I put something under my phone, I'll say it's beneath my phone. It's beneath my phone. Okay, I'm going to try and put my leg down here without knocking this microphone. Oh, I did a little. Okay, there we go. Right, ladies and gentlemen. So this is now your time to put your questions forward. So if you have a particular word, I'm going to favour the ones that have THs in because that's the focus of this lesson. But if you have a particular word that you're struggling to pronounce or a phrase, write it in the comments now. I could scroll back, but it becomes very difficult. What I'll do is look at all the comments after the lesson, so I see them all. But if you have something you want me to pronounce now, rewrite it in the comments so I've got it all together. Same for you patrons. I will go through your comments in a minute. And just to let you know, if you do buy these notes from my website, there is also a little task for you. So I ask you to go through this particular paragraph here and underline the voiceless THs in this passage. And then on the next page, I provide the answers. Of course, then you also get all the examples and the passage spoken out by me on an MP3 accompaniment to your purchase. So if you're interested in that, it's actually on sale. So you get 50 pence off. It's only £2.99 at the moment on my website, and that sale will last until the end of the weekend. So if you are interested in getting your hands on those, the link is in the description box below. Okay, fantastic. So let me help you now. All right, so the first one I can see here is Amina says walk, to walk versus work. We all work hard and you walk on your two legs. Walk or and work. It's a different vowel. Walk, work. Walk, work. Okay? All right, I'm going to jump to my patrons and then come back. So let me say hello. Patrons. Right. So what are you guys saying? Is replacing the TH with F acceptable in some English dialects? Think instead of think. In Australian English, this is very wrong, although many kids use it. But I hear a lot of British adults use it. Yes, they do, particularly in South London. So dropping the TH is part of many dialects. So if, like the Cockney accent, for example, or the general London accent, if you have a London accent, then the TH will likely be dropped. That's correct. There are other accents as well which tend to drop the THs, but I would always encourage you to pronounce your THs properly because it makes a huge difference to your overall pronunciation. Okay, fantastic. Francesca, Anna, could you please pronounce earth and hearth? Earth and hearth. They're both the same. It's just you have an additional aspirate sound at the beginning here. Hearth. We Italians have a problem with the H. Yes, you're probably constricting it if you're Italian. From hearth or earth. Or Italians, yeah. Yeah, you're either constricting or you're missing it out where you should put it in. So just think about breathing. Like you're trying to smell your breath. Or you're trying to you're trying to steam up the window. Hearth. Okay, Peter, I'll answer your question after the lesson. Fantastic. Okay, so yes, if you're trying to pronounce the H properly, just think of going like that. Hearth. That should help. Okay, so could you please pronounce thirsty? Thirsty. Again, we have that vowel it's a common vowel. Thirsty. I'm thirsty. Are you thirsty? Now I'm thirsty. Could you pronounce the difference between very, and very? Very. So very meaning a lot. I'm very happy. Or vary, which means they are different. They have differences. Vary. There. So it's the different vowels. Very, very. Could you please pronounce... I think you're trying to write the word schedule, but I'm not sure. It's terribly misspelt if you are. Otherwise, it's a word I don't know. But if it's schedule, then British English pronounce it schedule, and American English is schedule. DF Coat has asked for thunderstorm. Thunderstorm. There's a thunderstorm. What else? Could you please pronounce Gina? Gina. We don't really see the difference between a J or a G in this particular instance, Lee. So Gina with a J and Gina with a G, I would pronounce both of them Gina. What is the main problem in pronunciation for Polish people? Have you had Polish students? Yes, I have regular Polish students. There's one that I spoke to just this morning, who's a regular student. Again, constricting H's normally, that THs for Polish. This lesson is very good for Polish English learners because the sound is difficult. The vowel sound, the long shirt, work, world, birthday. Words like this always cause issues for Polish natives. Of course, everyone's different, but that's generally what I've experienced. What else do we have? Where is it? Where and were. So where were you? Where were you? I was next door. How do you pronounce rural? I think I have this every single lesson. How do you pronounce rural? Rural. Could you pronounce mare? Mare. Mare. I know it's spelt very bizarrely for the pronunciation, but we say mare, the mayor of the town. Okay. Please tell me the difference between to help and to help out, to clean and to clean out. To help and to help out are the same. It's just helping, it's assisting. To clean and to clean out have a slightly different meaning. If you clean out something, it means that you're getting rid, you're removing things from that place. So if I had a clean out in here, I would be taking things away and putting them in a bin or taking them to a charity shop. So to take out, to remove. To clean might just be to hoover, to polish, to dust. So to make it look clean and tidy. But to clean out usually means removing something. Okay? I've tried lots of times to write and speak in English, but I can't. Any advice? So I guess just lots of practice. You need to surround yourself in as much English influence as possible. So listening to music that's English, listening to watching English language films, listening to podcasts. I do have some links to things like that down below. Trying to make friends with someone who is learning English or already speaks English and practicing on a daily basis. Watching lots of lessons, going to classes one-on-one with a teacher would help. So it's just practice, really. Unclothe, says Farat. Unclothe. So if you take clothes off something, you unclothe it. Unclothe it. So not a common word, I have to say. Worthwhile. If something is worthwhile, then it's worth doing. It's going to be good for you to do. It's worthwhile. These live lessons are worthwhile, worthwhile for me and for you, because I get to connect with my audience and you hopefully learn something. It's worthwhile. Okay. Anna, is this complete series of pronunciation alphabets or just some letters? Caleb, I do plan to do all the sounds. So over time, I will get through all the sounds, yes. So yes, consider it a series. Button, rotten, button, rotten. So any words that have two T's together, you can either say t, button, rotten, or you can do what we call a lateral plosive, button, button, cotton, button, cotton. It's where the tongue stays up on the roof of the mouth and there's a little explosion of air to the side. But you can do either and both are fully acceptable. Okay, Justin, let's have a look at what you're saying. You've said, do you pronounce the TH in clothes? Clothes. Yes, I think it sounds the same as clothes. Is that wrong? Clothes. I guess a lot of natives, when having a general conversation, may be lazy and say clothes. Clothes. I threw my clothes into the drawer. I need to hang my clothes up in the wardrobe. Clothes. I threw my clothes on the floor. I threw my clothes in the wardrobe. I guess more often than not, natives do cheat it a little bit because it's difficult with the TH straight into the S. Clothes, clothes. But we should practice and work towards a TH pronunciation. Okay, JJ has asked for enthusiastic. Enthusiastic. That's a great word, isn't it? Enthusiastic. I'm enthusiastic about teaching English. Hopefully you're enthusiastic about learning English. Okay, Mohammed, what does pear-shaped and odds and sods mean? If something goes pear-shaped, we usually use the verb go. If it goes pear-shaped, then it goes wrong. It doesn't follow the plan. It goes wrong. So imagine I'm talking to you now, I spill my tea, the microphone sets on fire, and the lighting breaks. Everything goes wrong. I could say my live stream went pear-shaped. My live stream went pear-shaped today. Okay? And odds and sods just means little things, lots of little unimportant things, or it could refer to tasks. If you ask me what I have in my drawer, I could say nothing important, just a few odds and sods. So a cloth, a memory stick, a plug, Just odds and sods, little bits and bobs that aren't important. Or you could ask me, what are you doing today? And I could say, oh, odds and sods. I'm doing lots of little tasks, nothing big, nothing important to talk about. Okay, last few questions and then I'll have to close the session. But thank you so much for joining me so far. How do you pronounce immediately? Immediately. Immediately. Which means right now. How do you pronounce week? Like this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Week. Long E. And weak. I'm not feeling strong. I'm weak. Exactly the same pronunciation. Weak, weak. Okay? What is the pronunciation of the word minority? Minority. Minority. Fabulous. Although. With this word, although, I would say cheat the L. Don't say although. It's very difficult. Make the L sound on the teeth. Although. So put the tongue out for the L. Although. And that makes it much easier. And that's what the natives do. Imran has asked for the weather. The weather. What's the weather like today? Weather. And the word weather. Whether I go outside or whether I stay inside, it will still be bad weather outside. There's a great tongue twister, which is whether the weather is cold or whether the weather is hot. We'll be together whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. It's a great one. I like that one the best. Okay, is it normal to say ain't in daily English conversation? Ain't is not grammatically correct. It is in some songs. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. So it's famous, it's famously used, but we don't. I guess some people use it, but I guess if you've had, I don't know. I was going to say if you had a good education, but I don't even think it comes down to that. I don't think many people realise it's grammatically incorrect. I didn't until I started teaching English. I just never used it because it didn't feel right. So I guess some people do use it, but I don't hear it very often, is the answer. Okay, all right, my darlings, I think I should leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already subscribed, then please do. I know about 60% of you don't subscribe. You watch these lessons and you aren't subscribed, and that's a shame because without being a subscriber, I can't grow the channel. I can't reach new people, and you don't get notified when I upload lessons. So please do subscribe and press that bell notification button. If you're not receiving notifications, even though you have done that, go to your notification settings and there you'll find exactly what's going on. I will be live on Monday at 4 o'clock on the dot, and we will be covering some more phrasal verbs. Also, there will be a new video lesson out tomorrow, so something for you to look forward to this weekend. So a lesson tomorrow and a live lesson at 4 p.m. UK time on Monday. So I hope you will join me for that. In the meantime, if you're really missing me, then I will be on Instagram. So come and check me out. Check me out on Instagram, British English Pro. Great. Have a lovely day, everyone. Lots of love from London. Take care, and I remember every time that my software goes a bit funny, so I can't say goodbye right this second. Here we go. There we go. It's caught up. Thank you for joining me. Mwah.